Louise RUNG of Norway, hoping to retain 2 golds from London 2012, and of course that begins with a 200 free. From Team USA, 21-year-old Alyssa GIALAMAS. 3:16.22 in the preliminaries. '52-year-old Anita FATIS of France. Joana SILVA of Brazil is welcomed by this now enthralled Brazilian crowd. She goes in 7. Cuan of China goes in lane 2, just 19 years old. Bronze medalist from 4 years ago from Israel, 29-year-old Inbal PEZARO. From Spain, Teresa PERALES, one of the legends of the sport. Silver medalist from 4 years ago. But a 6-time Paralympic champion. 18-year-old ZHANG from Shanghai in China goes in lane 5. This is her first of 5 events, including all 3 freestyle events in the women's S5 classification. But the favourites, the double European, double world and defending Paralympic champion Louise RUNG of Norway. 11 world championship titles. 2012 and 2014 Para-Athlete of the Year in Norway. World record holder now retired, Louise of France. Going in lane 4. Louise RUNG. Going in lane 2, Cuan. It's RUNG's main challenger, ZHANG. Less than a second behind RUNG's qualifying time. The women's 200-meter freestyle S5 underway, and indeed Teresa PERALES is going very strongly in lane 3. She might be 40 years old, but she is 6-time Paralympic champion and somebody so highly regarded by her peers that she's a member of the International Paralympic Committee's Athletes Council. She's maintaining an advantage, but RUNG is holding back ever so slightly, will make up some time in the pool over the remaining 150 meters, but ZHANG going in lane 5 is going very strongly, while SILVA is showing that she's got the ability to challenge in lane 7.
Well, it's PERALES who was first at the turn ahead of ZHANG, and these two athletes now are starting to battle it out, and it's leaving some work to be done by Louise RUNG of Norway. She's left in the wake of these two athletes right in the centre lane, probably not where she wants to be right now, as we start to see a slight advantage develop in lane 3 for Teresa Perales, the Spanish athlete, just now ahead of Zhang Li of China.
Just don't forget how strong the finish of RUNG of Norway can be. There's a reason that she holds the titles of double European, double world champion, and indeed is reigning Paralympic champion. But it is Perales who's holding on. Zhang, though, is challenging her, and the two swimmers are going head-to-head. RUNG is losing a little bit of distance here, but she's a little sluggish on the turn and looks to make up for it in the pool, but she's got some work if she is going to make up that distance in the last 75-odd meters of the pool. Perales, one of the legends of this sport.
Well, it does look as though this really still is a battle between Perales and Zhang. These two keep changing the lead, but now coming back slightly, it is RUNG, but she's got a lot of work to do. One more turn to go, and this is where she loses a bit of ground, and she's going to have a storming last 50, because it is now Perales who just leads Zhang. I think Zhang back with the advantage after the turn, and now RUNG starting to come back, but what can she do with just over 25 meters to go? There's a lot of work left to do here.
Well, the sprint sensation that has come out of China in recent years is Zhang Li, the 18-year-old, and she's showing her ability to finish strong with a very strong surge in the last 50. She's edging ahead of Teresa Perales, who touched ahead of her at the 150 mark. But Zhang, it looks like she's going to swim to gold here, ahead of Perales and RUNG, who are going to be battling it out for the silver. It is going to be People's Republic of China who take gold, as Zhang, the teenager, touches first ahead of Perales, who claims her 23rd Paralympic medal, and RUNG is beaten into bronze medal position. Fails to defend her title. Touching now Inbal, PEZARO, bronze medalist of 4 years ago. Well, coming to the wall is Joana SILVA of Brazil, who receives great acknowledgement from the crowd. GIALAMAS and Anita FATIS last to touch. But a 2:48.33 for Zhang Li, good enough for gold in the women's 200-meter freestyle S5. Teresa Perales, she's got such a remarkable story. She's been swimming at the Paralympic Games all the way back for nearly 2 decades. Began medaling in Sydney 16 years ago. But Perales led for the first 150 meters, a very strong start. Zhang showed that she was going to be a swimmer to be reckoned with and set herself up very nicely indeed. Just kept pace with Perales for much of the race, but in the last 150, after the turn, she's just turned on the afterburners, so to speak, gliding through the water. Had enough energy left to show that she's got the speed of a sprinter, and she is superb in the 50 and 100, and showed that in the closing stages. Touches first ahead of Perales, and while RUNG was closing on the Spaniard, it is Perales who gets the silver. Zhang Li, 2:48.33, good enough for gold.